yours now.
Thank you, Dan.
Hello.
Hi, everybody.
Sorry, I just sat down, so I'm not fully ready to
and
do
I
this.
just drenched the whole table with water.
You-
Seriously, within the 5-second countdown, Ken comes coming in. So we had like a 2-frame shot ready to go. Ken comes in. I smack my water. It flies all over the table. And,
We all have to switch seats, play merry-go-round.
And we're
Okay,
here.
you're
Welcome.
welcome.
First 2018 HotCox.
2018.
Show priority.
Happy New Year. How
New
was your
Year.
New Year, everyone?
It was pretty uneventful for me, like the last couple.
Okay.
I just accept the fact that I'm an old-ass man, I guess, now, and I don't even make
What'd you
it
do
to
for New Year's Eve?
I drove from Northern California, and then I probably fell asleep at like 10 p.m.
Uh-huh.
So what'd you guys do that was fun?
For New Year's?
Yeah, man.
I didn't do shit, dude. It was great. That's what
Right.
I do. The greatest thing about being old is you don't have to do anything anymore.
My girlfriend and I went to a New Year's party.
Okay.
Oh my god.
It was 11:15, 11:30.
Ken's cool. He gets in on the party.
We got
Wait,
we got-
11:30? You stayed up that late?
Well, no, it was 11:30, 11:15, 11:30 at the party. We got really bored, and we invented an excuse. We said we were going to a different party, but instead we just went home.
So half hour till the big moment, you're like, we got a dip.
just
How
went
long
home.
had you been there before that?
For like an hour or two.
Okay.
It's actually genius. Did you guys Uber?
Yeah.
Yeah, so then you saved an insane amount of money on Ubers because nobody's going anywhere right at that moment.
Yeah.
Right?
And then we went back and then just watched the Chappelle show. Fell asleep.
The Chappelle show or the new special?
The new special.
Did you like it?
Yeah.
They're pretty good.
Yeah, he can't be bad.
He's Jack now.
He's a different person now. It's great.
Went to Africa and lifted up some elephants or something.
He got blacklisted, right? Is that what the?
Well, I was funny because I was like
Theory
looking
was?
into that, and based on what he's always kind of dropped on his specials, and what someone like Cat Williams has come out.
Cat
it's just like
Williams.
Hollywood was just kind of ready.
They
to do it
blackmailed.
over.
They like boycotted him.
They're like, you're gonna take this tiny share of what you actually make for us, accept that, and just keep doing your thing.
Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna dip. And they were like, fine, you're not gonna work.
Like, you walk away now, you're never working again.
It comes back and Netflix is like,
Yeah.
just do what you want. Here's all the money.
Yeah, how crazy is it how much like the market has changed? Like linear television
Well,
was so much more
Hollywood's-
powerful then.
It's a bet of Hollywood's own making.
Yeah, that's
You
true
can't
too.
sell someone, suckle at the teat of Netflix paying your content, and now you can't take it away. It's over.
Speaking of content,
Yeah, speaking of content, good transition.
here we go.
Excellent
Whoa.
segue.
Let's do it. So we're
How much of this did you watch? Like
Well,
live?
we're going
Wait.
to talk about. I think
Wait.
we're gonna
Wait.
do. We're
We're
gonna
gonna
do.
do a
I know
little
everybody's
bit.
here to probably watch what we're gonna say about Captain's Draft, but we do have a little aperitif, a small appetizer from our good man Dan over here.
Well, it's not. I mean, I
What?
just wanted. It's not. Just calm down, okay?
Ken comes in late and he's just like on edge.
What's
already.
going on?
What's happening, guys?
AGDQ
You know what that is,
started
right?
this weekend.
Yes,
Okay.
I know what that is.
Okay.
All
AGDQ.
It's like the biggest stream.
Exactly. It's
What are
it's
you
the
talking about?
largest
You know what that is.
I was
speedrunning
asking the
charity
audience.
event. There's multiple now. There's Awesome Games Done Quick, and there's Summer Games
There's
Done
summer,
Quick.
yeah, SGD, S.
I've noticed it's not a once a year thing now, right?
Oh, this looks
It's-
better.
There's a couple.
This
of
is
them.
actually summer. So this is just a highlight. This
Oh,
is
I
just
was
to
about to
have
be
shit
like,
on,
this looks
so you
different.
understand what it is.
Yeah.
It pretty much looks
it's
the
people
same.
who do games very fast, but they're not doing it for like competition or money. It's just it's all a fundraiser, right?
Yeah,
it's all
it
one
is.
big fundraiser.
It's all for cancer.
It also has a lot of really hilariously cringy moments.
It's like
Yes.
Minecon. It's got those
They're-
Minecon
they're-
things going.
There was that one, I remember watching that video of that guy doing the run, and there was a guy sitting next to him trying to make funny jokes, and it was the worst.
I would really prefer if you just be quiet. That's
Yeah.
the famous line for it. Yeah.
Oh, God.
Yeah.
Was that
so
the player saying that?
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
some random guy came on the couch. He was like super late night, and he's just being really annoying.
He's
the whole
trying to.
run.
He's trying to be, you know, he's trying to make an effort to be a funny guy. So
Yeah.
anytime something happens, he'd make a joke. He'd
And
make
he's
jokes
bombing.
about like the. He was
He's
just like
bombing.
real bad.
Those couches are notoriously cringy. Like you said, basically, if you look for a highlight reel of like AGDQ, it's always
all
cringe
cringy stuff.
moments.
Yeah. You know
Worst
why?
Fails.
You know why? Now let me just put it this way. I can appreciate the skill in speedrunning.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I understand that it's very difficult to do and it requires a lot of hours.
Dedication.
But there is a certain type of personality that you got to be alone grinding these out. You are
over
not
and over and
generally
over
a
and
social
over again.
person.
And the people, I imagine, like when you're
I'm
hanging
telling-
out with
it's just like-
people, you're like, let's hang out. But listen, I gotta grind
I'm like
Battletoads for
No.
9 hours
It's
first.
like I gotta do this. I gotta try and replicate this glitch in this
Yeah.
obscure game 40 times in a row.
I'm just gonna run into walls for the next 5 hours over the next month.
But
to
after that,
find
let's
as
get some
many,
lunch.
Like
yeah,
portals.
it is the perfect breeding ground for cringy social interactions.
But there's
basically what-
lots of fun stuff too. But there's some controversy this year.
Yeah,
What's the controversy?
I've heard a little bit of this as well.
They
so
taking a
glad-
rake or what?
Yeah,
I
fill-
mean, I
fill
hope
me
they're
in.
taking a
What's
rake.
been
They
happening
should be
with-
making money.
It's not the happy-go-lucky AGDQ I've
Yeah.
What happened?
I've always been drawn
Okay.
towards.
Biggest atrocity according to the fans
Atrocity?
right now, the grotesque change that is sub-only mode.
Oh, there's
$4.99
what?
sub-only mode.
If you want to chat, you
There's-
got to pay
they-
$5.
Really?
Yeah.
Why would they do that?
So they're like the chat all yesterday when I was watching was revolting, and the only thing that was being copy pasted was release the plebs. Was just spam. Release the plebs because they want the actual chat. But they
That's
also
awful.
banned globals, a bunch of globals. So Whatface, Tryhard, are all not allowed at the event.
What about the blue-haired girl?
I don't think blue hair girl, but I couldn't tell. Because I'm not a sub, so I don't know.
blue-haired
The
girl.
triggered one or whatever.
I figured
What-
she.
what's
Yeah, exactly.
Is it pocket or?
I mean, we've thought about banning
Hot
it
Pocket?
before. It's the most ridiculously annoying emotes. Like anytime a girl goes on
Yeah, they just.
camera, it's just
Well, no.
spam.
It's not a girl. It's any girl they think is a social justice warrior. That's
right. But they think
the
every
meme.
girl is a social justice
No,
warrior if she
no,
speaks.
not necessarily. Depends on if they're. I don't think they're getting. It's getting spammed in the, IRL female streamers chats that much.
They also removed the crowd cam, which is a lesser offense, but people are really annoyed
This looks
with
fine.
it. This is last summer's cam.
Oh.
But this is about what it looks like now. But usually what they'll have is also a crowd cam that you can watch and that they like cut to and stuff, and it's a lot more interactive.
You want to
But
go?
the
We
stage
should
is
go.
literally the same. Too. I've wanted to go in the
Can you
past.
go to these things?
It's
Yeah, of
between this
course.
and the AVN
There's like
Awards.
a public.
Yeah.
There's public. Oh,
That's
I
why the
thought
crowd
it was
is-
like speedrunners only. Kind
No.
Do you want to find a game that only we know?
There's definitely
try
like,
and
Plants
beat
vs.
that
Zombies,
Jackie
dude.
Chan fighting game.
Jackie
as
Chan
fast
2.
as possible, you know?
Jackie Chan 2.
Speedrun the Jackie Chan fighting game. They're
There's-
like, what the fuck is
There's
this?
so many games. There's definitely games that like people
There's
haven't really
every
tried
game.
to
It's
speed
crazy.
run.
Hey,
Well, I beat
Do
it.
you guys like watching this?
No.
I like watching it.
I like having it
Depends on
on
the
the
game.
background, but I'm not like gonna sit down and deep dive and like try and figure out what's going on.
I
you
usually
know?
check the schedule and then I mark the ones that I want to watch, which is crazy how to the schedule they keep.
It's
but
very obscure though. There's like did you know that they got some Dota pros that actually speedrun some of this stuff?
yes, I saw that.
Wait, what?
They'll do like fastest Roshan.
Oh.
Yeah, they're like speedrunners. They do like random Dota stuff as fast as possible. Yeah, they stream. They're good. I remember Conrad. showed me them.
Fastest patch notes. Sir Belvedere. He does that one.
Yeah, he comes on and he just,
just makes the
Control C,
post on-
Control V.
Yeah, he makes the post
Whip
on
'em
Reddit.
with the
It's the fastest in the
infographics.
history of.
He's like, I have both possible outcomes ready to go.
He
The
is
second
all
captain
out.
drives
So
over.
is there a particular reason you want to talk about?
I just
this
wanted.
beforehand?
I just
there was
thought
a
it'd be.
clip.
We're
Right.
talking about clip. We got a clip.
Well, there's a Dota connection.
Okay.
Which I don't think I gave you the raw clip, Kevin. I just gave you the clip Twitch. Yeah, okay.
Shouts to Kevin. producer
Shout out to
today.
Kevin. Kevin's gone.
What up, Kevin?
Donates $25. I'd like to dedicate this donation to Sheever. Last year, the most prominent woman in Dota was diagnosed with breast cancer when she was just 31. But thanks to early detection, she's on the path to a full recovery. Hope the rest of your treatment goes well, Sheev, and hope you're back in full swing soon.
Yeah, we need more of that. More
That's
recovery.
awesome.
Cool.
Yay.
I saw she had put up a picture recently. She looks great.
Yeah.
She looks good.
I thought that was fun. I was watching when that happened, and by the way, during that Splatoon run, also there was a like 7.5 minutes where they all stood on stage and danced while they played, and it was just as awkward and terrible as you'd ever imagine it.
Wow.
I like.
Oh.
I think it's obviously a humongous Twitch event. We should be
It
talking
gets,
about
like,
stuff like this. Like,
2 billion viewer minutes in like
dude,
what
the
week?
viewer minutes is crazy. They get honestly their average concurrence is probably 110K.
Yeah.
Like the lowest I'll see is
how it is.
85, and like the highest I'll see is like 150, 200.
It's one of those events.
Sweet. They have a Ness and a Mr. Saturn up there. Oh.
They've done like almost nothing to change how the event actually looks. It's always a red couch on a stage facing away from the crowd, which I always think is interesting.
I think it's good
Content
because
is king. They just care about the content. They don't care about anything else.
Ooh,
I
monkey
think
ball.
there's a pretty
This was
similar
good run
theme
last
of like
year.
what we'll talk about in Captain's Draft. Like, how far do you imagine that they would want to like budget it up, make it more elaborate? I think you have to be able to kind of keep that.
No, you can't make it too big budget, or
No.
or it loses its appeal.
Here's my thing. I've always thought that there should be a competitive speed running. Ken hates this idea. He thinks it's the worst idea ever. Competitive speed running, and literally the tagline is, "It's not for charity." And the entire thing is you find ways for these guys to compete for cash. I think that would be interesting. You think it would be terrible, and the community would hate it because it's like the opposite of what they
Because they
believe
don't
in.
do too. I've
It's
seen
not even
some,
that. It's like,
sometimes
have
they
you ever
do.
watched them try and do stuff right
Yeah.
in the spot? It's
Yeah.
like not like
I know they've done like Metroid mini speedrun competitions or whatever. Like they'll take 4 of
I
the
think
better ones.
Super
have
Mario
them go.
Maker is probably the only one that would potentially work. But what do I know? Maybe someone can make it work.
Maybe they can make it work. I don't know. I just wanted to touch on it. I thought it was interesting. They
Okay.
made 150 grand this weekend.
it's still
Also,
going.
if you want to chat, you can go to Trihex, the guy who is actually Tryhard emote. His is the poverty stream right now. So you can go in there and he's hosting the event and you can chat as much
Even
as
if
you
you're
want.
With
Kind
with
of
all your
messed up that
friends.
they removed the chat though. It's
It's-
like that's how they're gonna make money.
They're gonna make so much. You know how much more money they're gonna make?
Because
Do you think it's really that messed up, dude? Like
you think they're gonna make that much more
a significant amount.
because of the sub only?
Yeah, I think a lot of people are subbing, giving their $5.99, or excuse me, their $4.99, so that they can talk in that chat, whether it's just to complain or because they actually want to talk, because they're going to spend most of the next week in there. So I think they will increase their income significantly, which is smart, and because of that, they'll pretty much never be able to not do it, because you can't suddenly remove that money.
Is there not a way they could have found or could they not have found a way to maybe meet in the middle, allow the subs to speak while the game's going, and then they have intermission breaks where the
They could have done
plebs
slow mode.
could have been released,
I don't know.
something like that.
Or, yeah, breaks. I don't know.
Just have a 10-hour window.
No, I think I think it would be stupid not to go sub mode only. It's
Okay.
just such an
You're saying we
insane-
should go sub mode?
No, if you have this insane amount of viewers and it's the product that it is, like, it's for charity, right? So like everybody spamming chat like crazily is not really what you're trying to cater to.
Doctors Without Borders though.
Doctors Without Borders,
Okay.
clean water. I don't know. That's it. I just wanted something to.
Well, that's something
break
that's
the ice
happening
a
right
little
now.
bit.
It's definitely interesting.
I love
As
watching
they
it,
change
dude.
it up every year.
I love
And,
watching it.
There's always continual drama and cringe.
All right.
I like when they
that
break the
comes
game.
along with it.
Let's talk about Captain's Draft.
Let's talk about Captain's Draft.
Let's talk about Captain's Draft. Captain's Draft 4.0 was this past weekend
Yeah.
and held up in Washington. With the
Washington,
help
DC.
Of, what was it? DC Sport?
DC events.
DC
or
events.
Events DC.
Events DC.
held at the Armory.
The Armory. Is that what it's called? The
As the venue.
arena? The venue.
Yeah,
That's
the
where
ven-
you upgrade mechanical units in StarCraft.
Is it called the Armory because it's like for esports only?
No, it's called the Armory because it used to be an armory.
Oh, that's pretty badass, actually.
I think that's the case. At
That's
least.
where guns used to be held.
I don't know. I honestly have no idea. I assume that's what it is. It's like a giant fucking warehouse space, right?
Yeah. So
That's like part of the reason they couldn't heat it correctly. It was so tall.
we can ease into this, probably start with some of the pictures that I had grabbed so we can look over the venue that we're talking about right now and what they had and what they were able to work with. Now, here's a pretty good shot.
Nice.
Now, Captain's Draft,
That's a good
aside from
picture.
events in DC, they didn't have like really any sponsors, right? Red Bull, I guess, helped.
Red Bull.
but
Red
they
Bull
didn't,
and
they didn't
Events
flaunt
DC.
Red Bull. They just had the fridge, and that was about it.
My experience with Red Bull is they're not really like a super huge event sponsor other than. Oh, okay. Here we go.
Yeah, this was
Those are good
probably
shots.
this might have been the last day, so their biggest crowd, which I imagine,
And there's
I
more.
imagine they were surprised as well.
that
They-
looks like about 1,000 people.
Because all these stands on the side
Is it
have
1,000
peoples
people?
in it too. I think, dude. So, like, this is actually a pretty significant crowd. Because the side stands, like where this person is sitting, has a bunch of people. And if you think about like, I think of like MLG Columbus 2013 when I think of like smaller event sizes, and this is like triple that, at least.
No way. This is, MLG Columbus was way bigger than this.
Are you
kidding me?
MLG Columbus was like the middle row only.
No, I think you're underestimating how big MLG was. MLG attendance was at least 5K.
That's for 3 games.
Huh?
5K for like 3 games.
I know that event had multiple games, but I wasn't there to know how many were there for Dota.
I don't know how many
for
people were
everything
there
else.
for Dota.
I know this is bigger than the last Dota, probably the last 2 Dota pits. I know the
Yeah,
previous
I
Dota
mean-
pit was a small one, but even the one I was at looked pretty similar to this, but did not have this many people.
This
So
is your NA crowd, though. This
this
is the
is-
only NA event.
It is. It is.
Monkas.
So, you know, that helped a bit. Moonduck definitely did their thing by trying to get people into the event. They obviously and audibly expressed that they were pleasantly surprised by
Yeah.
the turnout.
Yeah,
you
so
know.
I guess that up until like the second, like the end of the second day, and even going to the last day, they thought only 200 tickets had sold.
No way.
Ticketmaster told them that only 200 tickets had sold, and they
This
were
is more than 200 people.
freaking. Yeah, of course it's more than 200 people. Either Ticketmaster was way wrong, or all these people bought their tickets to the door because they were freaking out. They thought nobody was gonna come. The weather's fucking awful. Like the venue is cold
Do we
because
know
they
how many
weren't
people,
keeping
how
the
many
heat on
tickets they
first
sold
night.
eventually?
We have no idea. I mean, we can ask, but I have no idea.
I don't know. Do you think Events DC is happy with the amount of people that bought tickets?
I think they should be. Dude, this was a blizzard condition, freezing Washington, D.C.
I mean, that's kind of their fault.
Yeah, I mean, booking...
Not Moonducks, the Events DC.
I think
for
so, too.
Not heating the fucking place.
That's really stupid.
Yeah,
it's
that's
going to be
unfortunate.
cold. It is January 4th when it starts, so you know it's going to be cold.
So let me
ready.
put some things out there. It is not easy to run an event immediately after New Year's in a cold weather area. People do not want to travel and do not want to go places, and it's awful
They
to
just dump money in the
be
holidays.
there. Like you're tired from the holidays, you got to get back to work. It is not the ideal place
Or
time.
time. You just took a break.
Yeah, so you know that people come is nice. I think that's a positive. I think Moonduck might be happy with the amount of people that are there, but I don't really know what Events DC's expectations were. Because if they sponsored most of it, which it seemed like they did, these events are not cheap. They're very expensive, actually.
No.
Especially, you know, all the venue stuff, and then the prize pool is 150K. So, like, if you really think about, like, how much money you can really make
And
from
reminder, Valve
X
puts in
number
for
of
the
people.
prize pool. They're not putting in for any of this stuff.
Yeah,
They're not.
yeah.
Valve's not putting
Yeah.
in for the venue. They're not putting in for the talent,
Such
for the
a
lights,
common
for the
misconception.
Valve's money goes into that prize pool to make it look big and fat.
Yeah, even at like a 1 to 2,000 people at whatever the price point is really not that much money relative to the prize pool and like how much things cost. So
Does anybody know what the ticket prices were? Like $20 or something?
I thought it was like 50.
50?
Definitely, because I think it was 50 with the fees, Ticketmaster.
The Ticketmaster fees,
You know,
yeah,
which-
yeah, which is terrible. But
It sucks, but
I-
I know the options were probably extremely limited.
yeah, I think that's just
as far
what they
as
had
who
to work
would be
with
able to
because of the
use.
venue or something. But
What
Uh,
about the actual look of the set here? Now, this is
I
like
got-
this is
I-
your star ladder. This is like your
All right.
face out the audience, teams
Here-
side by side, panel in the middle, casters also, like everyone up on the stage. You can see everybody
So
involved.
here's what I think about the set. I think, okay, I got to do my disclaimer now. Now that we've
Disclaim.
are we getting into this?
yeah,
Let's do it.
So all right, every time we have to talk about something about Moonduck, it's gonna be awkward because the chat. Because if it
Moonduck
sounds
is
like
the
we're-
underdog
yeah, if
right
it
now.
sounds like we're criticizing them, I gave Midas Mode an extremely good grade, and I feel like I'm gonna say some negative shit here about
Yeah.
the set. So
I-
people get ready. Here I'll give you my idea what I think the set should have been too. But
oh god, yeah.
here's what I think's wrong with this set. I think that they did not go all the way that they could have. I think they could have easily made this a super sick, different kind of set, but instead it's just couches. It looks like. Here's what I would have done. Okay, so you know how it's like the Constitutional Congress? They wanted to do it with like the whole theme, like the Revolutionary War theme.
Yeah.
What I would have done is made the whole set like kind of like a courtroom, kind of like where the Continental Congress was held.
Mm-hmm.
The host Zaori would have to wear the fucking
like
Judge.
huge the rolls.
yeah, the
all
judge
way
thing.
down.
He's got the
He'd have a
fucking
gavel, right? He'd
Yeah,
have a
for
gavel,
sure.
and then next to him would be the panel, who are going to be like the lawyers who make their arguments, right? And they'll be sitting in that.
The witness stand.
Yeah, the witness stand. And then On stage next to them is a jury section. Okay.
Yeah.
And they bring random VIPs from the audience into that section, like 10 people, 12 people, whatever, the jury. And they have them make a pick for who's going to win the series also.
The jury gets the
and
vote.
the jury,
Yeah.
the jury,
They
They have to leave.
yeah,
too.
they're there, and and you do not go into game until they unanimously decide on a pick. You can't have a hung jury, so they got to decide, and then you keep track of what their score is, and you can randomly
That is
rotate
fun.
people in,
Yeah.
and then you can just insert pros in there as a funny gag, like
The pros could be
jump
in there,
over
and
there,
the
it's
pros could
like-
come in the witness stand.
Yeah.
They
So
actually
many
saw the
ways.
game, right?
Yeah,
so
so
they
I
can talk about it.
I don't think that's a lot of money. I think you need like a podium and like a bench, but that's a little bit more fun, and I think it would have been a lot more memey and a little less all about slacks if they were to make the set elements a little bit more creative.
Well,
So
I think the
that's what I think, at least. So I think it's not bad. It's not like terrible. It's just
It's baseline.
Could have been
you know,
better.
It's got the computers.
Yeah.
It's got players there. They don't see each other. The audience sees them.
there's like two big things for the stage with me. Number one, the improvement from day one to finals day is crazy. Like little things that maybe you didn't even notice or whatever, but the big sticker on the TV that you can see there wasn't on there until the finals day. Before it was just a big back of a TV, very ugly. That helped a lot. The lighting on the stage was really bad the first 2 days. Like very underlit, really weirdly spotty. By the last day, they figured it all out. It was one of those events where you could watch it improve as it was going through. But what I really liked about this, first off, we've always talked about having a couch on stage, so I was immensely jealous and really wanted this set just for the idea of it felt like more of a theater performance.
That's exactly. Like I look at this and it sounds insulting, but it's like endearing as a high school play almost. It's got the golden curtain, the lamp that's not even a lamp, it's just a prop. Like it's not even turned on or anything.
Dude, that was so triggering that you have cool practicals that would have been cool and they're not fucking on. Turn them on.
But I've also seen Broadway shows that can have as simplistic elements as this one, and they're able to pull it off and stuff.
Yeah.
So, you know, I don't think that can hurt their production either, but it is, again, we have to keep drawing back to it's a minor $300,000 event or whatever. How high do we hold these expectations? Do we bring them back down because they are Moonduck? You know, if you...
I mean, I had pretty high expectations for Midas Mode, and I think they pretty much exceeded them.
I think they
So
exceeded my expectations.
for Minus Mode, yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know if you guys had the same thought as me, but I had decent expectations for what they were going to do for this. I didn't think they were going to just like mail it in or anything. I don't think it's fair to them to try and hold them to some baseline standard of if shit's not on fire, then we're going to give them a good grade. You know what I mean? Like, I have a little bit more faith in their abilities than that, but you know, that's...
It felt like an NPR live radio show at points. It was like a Moonduck podcast.
Well, the extremely long delay was actually a lot of kind of fun. I thought
that was, probably
actually
one of the most memorable.
That was a highlight.
This is okay. What I think about this entire event is crazy. Is that everything that
I
would
felt bad.
sink another event, like would sink it, would destroy the event.
Oh, yeah.
Moonduck turned into a positive. Like it somehow became better that these things were going wrong.
Well-
that the venue was cold. They all became positives for Moonduck.
I don't think the event being cold is a positive eventually, but the
Well,
delay was
the
for
way
sure.
people were talking about it was
There's
that,
definitely
that
a
they
way
got
people talk about it.
Yeah.
If this was... And we have like a...
You're saying if they could do it over, they'd
If this
rather
was
have
Dota
it cold.
Pit, which you'll see a lot of these
No.
same faces
Exactly, but the
actually
delay.
at
I
Dota
mean,
Pit.
if the delay is like, you'd almost rather have the delay. That's fine. You get
That's
more
true.
viewers.
Can you believe that? They like woke Slacks up. He was like sleeping. The guy had like not slept.
I've seen
like
Slack
2 days.
sleeping. So.
Yeah, who hasn't seen Slack sleeping? But they wake up and they
There's
run that
documentation and evidence.
entire thing that it was really really awesome.
Okay, so Slacks. Are we gonna talk about Slacks' stuff now, or
Dakota guide us.
I'm trying to like get through the beginning stuff. I want to like just take a comparison here because we have to kind of keep him on the spectrum in some way of just like what's the other majors. I know we have like a Dota Pit picture.
are we gonna? So
When you look at something like this, and this is another minor.
okay.
Now does this look like dog shit compared to Captain's Draft? Does this look
No,
great?
I actually
It's
think
like,
it's about the same, honestly.
It's like, oh, it's good. It's got lasers and holograms and all this extra
That doesn't-
shit.
that doesn't
but does
mean
that
anything,
stuff
though.
now mean?
That doesn't mean shit.
Yeah. So now does that mean shit now? Does that mean TOs maybe just?
Look, so
We don't need all this extra bells and whistles.
So like whoever, I don't know who was directing or like in charge of like the transitions or anything like that, but I don't think that like let's say whoever the team that runs ESL 1, if they're watching the captain's draft minor, they're probably having an aneurysm.
Well,
But-
the technical
but-
issues and just
Yeah, but I don't think the average fan actually cares about that much. Like just like the average fan likes, what they like, and they like action movies. They don't particularly like watching La La Land or whatever, like for the references, right? So, like whether we judge it based on that is a different story. But I don't think this blows Captain's Draft away or anything like that.
But then we'll have like another event like PGL,
So-
which I think will have none of the memey dankness that Captain Drafts brings, but they have all those technical things sound. They have your Red Eye, you have your Merlini, you have your Blitz and Cap all-star kind of lineup.
Yeah, I mean-
you have the Dota on time, replays, stats, all this stuff. Like all the stuff that may have been missing or just not really at 100%
I thought they were gonna
Captain's
have
Draft.
Layerth and that all in it, but
I don't think it was working
didn't.
right.
It didn't. They
You know,
didn't.
or Pimp was busy with other things, but yeah, I mean, you walk away. They did so much Lareth for all the other events, Midas mode, and then it wasn't as prominent. There was some of it, but not as prominent in Captain's Draft.
Well, I mean, I think
It's just hard where you split, like when you're saying like the average Dota spectator.
well, the Perfect
And
World
it's, like,
one, I think that sets
two
the
sides of it, for
that
sure.
sets the bar. The red, like if you think about that one, that is a cosplay contest that had like a red
China,
carpet.
it was the
they had a red carpet. They had all this stuff.
Great LED, great
cosplay.
stage,
They had concerts. They had Burning and ROTK doing
There
karaoke,
were on stage, yeah,
Crazy.
all that stuff. So,
So it's like, whoa, that's on the same level as this. So it's like, and people are gonna walk away and be like, Captain's Draft was like the best event ever. We want them to do more.
no,
This should be
no
a
one-
major.
Okay, so
So it's like,
let me just say, I do not think this had such as good a reception as Midas Mode. I don't think the reception is even remotely close. Actually, I think this was overall positive. But like, do you guys remember? Like, Midas Mode had like 10 threads a day saying it was the best tournament ever.
Yeah.
There was like one thank you thread for this, and I mean, obviously we judge everything by Reddit, but that's essentially, you can tell like people are rooting for this event to succeed, so they're gonna be very positive about it almost regardless of what happens, unless it's like a giant shit show where they don't even finish the games.
No,
I'm
there's a
pretty
lot of
sure.
heart in this, and the community feels
Yeah,
like
people
it's
want it.
They're rooting.
They're pulling for
They're
it. So
pulling from them to make it through that hour break, to make it through the snow,
Yeah.
to make it through the lag issues. Whereas if it was PGL, ESL, BTS, they'd be like, they should have had this shit ready to go, prepped ahead of time.
I don't see why it's so hard.
Why did they not have this figured out? And if you are a denier of that, then I'm sorry. It's just,
Well, I mean, I understand why, but the thing is that I think this event, it definitely was not received as well as Midas Mode. That doesn't mean it's received poorly. It just means that it's not.
and I would actually grade this event
No.
higher than some of the other minors,
Yeah,
by the way,
I don't
too.
think-
I
I
don't
don't
want to say
think
this was the worst minor
definitely
ever.
better
I'm definitely
than
not
other
saying
minors,
this is the worst minor ever. This is definitely higher than some of the other minors, and I looked over all the other minors just to be like, what was that
This
event
was
like?
definitely.
Where does this rank
Personally,
up
I
compared
thought
to it?
this was more memorable than
Dota Pit even, I'd say.
the Dota Pit. I think it actually might have been more memorable than what was the PGL, the original
Bucharest.
PGL one.
Yeah.
Even though they had a lot more.
The in-studio one.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. It's like you'd think that was amazing. Again, they had your Red Eyes, your all-star talent team.
If
the
just for
clean
putting the
production,
guys on stage,
and no
which
dankness,
is
you know?
the stage, putting the guys on stage puts this above majority of the other minors for me, just because somebody finally did it, and they executed it well, and that vibe, like I would have enjoyed it. If I'm a fan of these guys, I'm super happy in those stands. That's what I think about.
Oh, you could hear it. I think that they hit a home run with just the audience. I think the audience, whoever was there, if you're listening, you were there. Like, you guys were amazing to Moonduck.
Yeah, dude.
Like, any just knockoff joke, they were there to support them. You could hear the laughing. It just was, it was awesome.
And they had to fill so much time. Those
Yeah.
panels had to fill so much time, and they did it, which is just cool.
Let's check out some clips. We talked about a lot.
Sure, hit us
but
with the clips.
Let's just jump right on into what our first clip may be, and talk about. Oh, or I know we had
Which
team
kind of
photos, I guess, right? We could take a couple of those. it was cool. They played off that Washington Revolution kind of a theme, and every event we see the arms cross stuff. So I think more fun photos are better. You know, a little more out there a bit.
So
some people were all about it. Some teams were all about it. Some teams were not all about it. EG is like, we're tired of this
Wait,
shit.
who's that? Why is he on EG?
Oh, this guy over here?
Yeah. Is
That's
that new?
Misery.
Misery.
Is he new?
We're missing someone here. But
Okay.
whatever.
They're officially no longer majority NA.
Dude, why? Look at Arteezy's
No, they are,
skin
they are.
color
Never mind, they
versus
are.
everybody else. That is what is going on.
They wore makeup back in the day, right? They powdered
Dude, I
the
don't
fuck
know.
out of
There
those
is
guys.
like these photos are.
Skin like a newborn baby.
First off, they're sitting down for these photos, which I don't really understand because nobody really looks that great sitting down, especially in the way like look at all these tummies and chests we're seeing that we really don't want to or shouldn't. The lighting is also wildly inconsistent, and the scale is like insane. Like they were taking pictures. Like I think they were just like moving around. I don't know who did this, but I think they were like moving around because like look at how close it is to Crit, and then like look at like how far it is from Artur, and like even if you just look at their heads, they've been scaled massively.
No,
to fit
Crit just has a
correctly.
really large head, dude. You've never seen
Now
his
that
head in
look
real
at it,
life,
look-
dude.
like, look at his head.
Yeah, it's
Misery.
crazy, and this not only scale but the lighting. I don't understand if they just took it different places. I know they had a green screen set up, but this is one of those things where the idea
Dude, they're
is
staring
good,
into
the
my soul.
execution
Change
is
it,
not
change it.
great.
Can we change it?
Yeah, look at some of the
I
other
don't
ones.
want to
'cause
watch
that-
this anymore.
You can see.
They're a lot happier.
I feel bad because
EG.
Yeah,
some of their
they're- I
best
mean,
ones
that's-
I didn't grab, and I will admit, I think like Empire, like Ghost Chick had this like beautiful, like Ben Franklin-esque, looking off to the distance kind of a thing going.
covering another guy's face. It's just kind
Some of them are like pilgrims.
Why are they sitting
It's just
down?
like they just did a grab bag of costuming.
See
that
how,
just
like,
made it work.
Yapsor's gigantic.
Yeah, he is huge.
He's gigantic. I just noticed he's fucking
His head's
huge.
bigger than Fonta's.
What is going on?
gigantic. Next.
But you know, it's like you don't really notice these things. I guess as the common
not- it's not a-
spectator, you
it's-
see the
it's-
dude, do you
hats.
really
It's shown on
names
stage for.
and-
It's shown on camera for like
Yeah.
10 seconds.
Dude,
to
what
me.
This is like-
I will say this is where people spend a lot of money and a lot of time on this, and these are some of the most poorly executed team photos out of any event.
I mean, does it really matter? Do people care?
Well, it's something that we've been
Photographers who wanna
judging
get
on
work.
all these.
Yeah. I'm saying that we care about it, but does the average fan care that they completely fucked
No,
up the
no, they think it's
sizing of
funny
the-
that Puppy has 3 hats on. You
Yeah.
know, so I don't know.
So whatever.
Should we just not-
should we just not
do we
care
not
about
care
anything
about
ever
it
I
next
again?
time?
think it's like other
Whatever.
events we were like, they got to get more original with these poses. They got to,
No, we
Because the
can't-
other events nailed the technical execution a lot of the
No, we
times. They
can't-
have like really sound
we-
technical
we-
aspects,
we-
and everything else is not good. These
Guys,
guys are
we
very
can't-
creative,
Where?
but they can't nail the
Yeah.
technical.
Well, we'll talk about a bit. Like they'll do fun new like.
Who
they're-
took
they're
photos for
picking
them?
things
I feel like
amazing.
whoever took the photos is gonna
it
feel
was
bad.
probably Slacks, dude.
You think it was Slacks?
It
You
might
don't
be
think they have a
someone just under
photographer?
Moonduck
They
that
tried to hire a
set something up and
photographer
did it.
for it. I'm sure they did.
I don't think they did. I saw that was the one thing I was
They're
very
trying to hire
disappointed
one.
in. This event, if I was a photographer, would have been amazing to shoot. Like this would have been a really cool event to shoot, I think, because it was like super weird. You have players wearing like giant coats on stage. You have this whole element of these guys in all these
Yeah.
costumes. You have
It was
a
like
live
Valley
venue.
Forge.
Dude, like this would have been a cool event to see the behind the
Valley
scenes
Forge.
of.
Yeah.
I would have loved to see behind the scenes photos
Rob,
of.
like Rob
Hopefully they
God do
did.
this. It would have been crazy.
Yeah, can you imagine if Rob did this? But it's an expense, right? Photographer is
It's a
fucking
lot.
expensive.
It's a lot of
And
money.
if you don't have one on staff, you got to spend a couple of grand to get one out for this many days. So, you know,
Let's
save
take
money
some-
where you can.
Let's watch some moving pictures here, Kevin. Let's see some real content.
All right. Hit us with a clip.
I love
Did he compose this original composition?
He must have on a keyboard. It's totally legit.
Okay, I've seen all. I think I saw all of these.
It's just I think it's I love this.
Hello
Yeah,
and
the
welcome
title's
to another
so
episode
awesome.
of Exceptional Ideas.
Sounds
Today,
terrible.
helping me
Oh
come
my
out
God.
with new ads
Audio's
for the
really
game
bad.
is Team Secret. Now, as you guys know, Valve only has one person in charge of balancing ags ideas, and recently that person
All right, do we have to?
quit.
Can I
don't
talk
wanna
over
watch
it?
it.
Can I
I
talk
don't
over
wanna
it?
watch it. We watched
It can
it.
play in
Yeah.
the background. I just want to talk
You
over it.
can
Okay.
mute it.
So the thing about any video content is you can have the best cinematographer with the most expensive camera in the world. If you fuck up the audio, it's fucked up. Like that's just we've had to ditch entire things before, hilarious things, because we fucked up the audio. And you just can't play it anymore because suddenly it's screwed up.
So here's what I think about it. I think it's brutal that Slacks had almost no help in doing these. I think that they just let it run. This is harkening back to the old. Let's just have a 20-minute segment with Slacks talking with random people thing, which is entertaining because Slacks is an entertaining, in my opinion, a funny person. But it was brutal watching this. Honestly, he had some funny moments, but my God,
It's just.
I
It's tough.
can't.
I love Slacks, but the idea of the bit
It's
is
too much.
Let's hear my Ags ideas and see what you guys think about
It's
it.
basically pro teams react to Slacks. That's
That
essentially
is
what it is.
exactly what it is.
And it's like you have to hope, and you're almost. What's unfortunate is like you're putting the pro players on the spot to like, please don't make me look bad, or please don't make me sound like shit, or
But
shit on Slacks
They're
too much.
They're laughing at him.
But don't do nothing.
because they love him now.
They-
you know?
they love him,
God,
and
this
they're
title is
laughing
so
at him.
good though. This title is great.
Yeah, the title card for this whole thing, by the way, is like Dragon's Lair or whatever it reminds me of. Old
Yeah.
school gaming. Very cool.
Yeah, that's sick.
Do you think Slacks edited this?
I don't know.
Because that looks pretty good.
This
The
looks
title's
great, by the
really
way.
nice.
Super awesome.
Almost too good.
It should just be that title card on like a mini Loregasm-like series where it's just all of his ideas coming out as mini bits with that title card.
There's other ones though. I had a content. I put one in there that you didn't put in there.
What one?
The history ones. Did you not see those?
Yeah, did I not put one history one in there? I think I did one history one in there.
Oh,
near the back
okay,
end.
okay.
Which let's jump to that because I want to go from something that we may have felt was a bit weaker to something that we felt was pretty strong.
Okay.
Yeah. I put it. Yeah. Here's the Abraham
Okay.
Lincoln
This
one.
is the
Nice.
story of the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. It all started on the cold night of 1864,
I don't gotta pretend.
where a bunch of Confederate spies plotted to kill Abraham Lincoln. And then we move on to 1865, where it actually happened on that evening. The evil Confederate spy named John Wilkes decided that this is the night to go to see something in the theater where Abraham Lincoln was at. He was trying to watch some show.
play.
And then he decided to murder him there.
No, he shot
And
him.
this
spy
is how it
trying
went
to
down. So
Do the
John
whole thing
Wilkes
from memory,
comes in.
like what
They-
he knows of the history.
and he
If
declares,
you look in the
"I am John
Arteezy one,
Wilkes."
Arteezy at the end says, "That's all I could
Confederate
learn in 2
spy.
minutes before I said this." So
Oh, so they probably challenged
And
him. Like, you're gonna
initially,
have to
I
teach
wanted
us
to kidnap
the
you,
Lincoln
Abraham
assassination.
Lincoln.
and then he's
And
Wikipedia.
Abraham
it.
Lincoln
Yeah,
is
and
all
you have to, like,
confused,
Wikipedia it.
and
That's
And then
pretty fun.
they
why
just
am I even
try to
talking
remember
to
back
this
what
guy?
they
I'm
read.
trying to enjoy my
A
show here.
beardless Abraham Lincoln.
And then John Wilkes says,
Irish.
I wanted to kidnap you,
John
but
Wilkes?
now
He's
I'm
calling him
going to
John
murder you."
Wilkes?
Yeah.
So he shot him somehow at the back of the head, even though they were just talking to each other.
Trent, dude. Trent's
After
the
shooting Abraham
that's
Lincoln in the
funny.
head, John Wilkes had to escape.
I love how he always
And
squats.
obviously
Why is Trent? He
people were
squats
looking at
every
him.
5 seconds.
So
in
he
this.
took out his knife.
Do you guys think this is on a
Probably
green
because like
screen?
they have to
Abraham
squat for the
Lincoln, who was
camera or
obviously
something.
looking at him
yeah.
To stay in frame.
Is this
Very
on a green
surprised
screen?
face, like,
Yeah, they
how
shot the whole
could
thing.
this be? And then he tried to run
But
away.
it was still in the
tried to
theater.
make a run for it.
I love
and he
I
somehow
love
ended
drunk history.
Pretty much
so
on the main
Dota
stage
2
of
drunk
the show,
histories.
and
Oh my God! Is he
people who
George
were acting
Washington?
out Or doing something. He just cut him up as well from the arm up, and then he
Who's that?
continued to escape.
I don't
I don't remember
where
this
he
part.
went on
I
a
don't know.
high-speed chase with horses, like
Here in the
they had these
desert now?
carriages back then.
Wow, he went pretty fast.
The other side of
he
the
was on
country.
a-
He's, on the side- he's in like
carriage
Arizona.
and-
See that mirror in the background? Look at
yeah,
ready.
he was
He's
Mirror.
recycling. Look,
Mirror.
he's
He
just
was
the
starting
same.
the race, and the police came out on their horses.
I couldn't
and
do
it
that.
was
So
very
good.
intense, and then
Oh,
Oh,
right
he's
there.
they
gaining
took
on
out
him.
a shotgun. They were right next to him. They pull up.
The other mirror's
they shot him
right
in the face,
there.
and
There's the
then
other
it was
mirror.
over. Or
This is making me.
he
I
might have
can't.
also just
I
been
know, it's
apprehended
gross.
and taken to prison.
This is really funny though.
I thought this was fun.
Hey, this.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, I
It
thought
takes
that was
a
fun.
certain kind
That
of
was
person to
great.
think of a concept like that. That's not like so. You might think it's really easy. We're just gonna do some fucking random thing.
No.
It's actually really hard to think of this to do this actually.
Yeah, and like this part, because they have to decide which parts they're gonna act out and what lines they're gonna say, and they have to dub them correctly and make it funny without
Yeah.
being like super ham-fisted. And now this, Slacks has been trying to do this for like years.
No, I didn't
What?
know that.
Yeah.
The drunk history thing?
Yeah, but he has his own version of it that I don't want to spoil because I'm sure he's still working on the project. He's actually recorded a couple of them.
Why are you
here.
trying to tell us?
I'm not trying to tell you
Is
anything.
it Dota?
But
drunk
this is
history?
like, I know that the reason they could just pull this off like this is because Slacks has been trying to accomplish this for years. It's not something he just just was like, okay, we're just going to do it and figure it out.
Oh,
He's
okay.
been thinking of this for a long time and trying to make it happen because he's been trying to do,
Do you
a
think
Dota
that
version
it's
of
like
this.
we have to do stuff, and he's like, I'm gonna have to take this one out of my prized spot and
But-
put it in there. Just-
Yeah, but this is not because the other one is Dota related. This is not. But I think that the technical structure of how it's created is very much been planned out. But I do think he was like, yeah, what am I going to do for content? Let's just do a drunk history, and we'll make the Dota pros read the stuff, and then we'll act it out. It'll be fun. And it looked like it was fun. They did a couple of these. There's a Benjamin Franklin, Abraham Lincoln,
Yeah.
and I don't remember the third one.
I like
They're
the
all themed,
costumes.
so
They're
it's
funny.
great.
The costumes are fucking
The costumes
awesome.
are like mega recycled throughout the whole event, but
Yeah,
it's
they're
great. They all
amazing.
fell into theme. The content all fell into theme. It's not like anything was out of total left field.
Dude, just this, if you had just done this one, not just a series of 3, but just this one, I would have been so happy because nobody is trying to do content that like at other events really. And this is so Moonduck, right?
Yeah,
like
you
it's
would-
just like
There is a lot, and when I look back over these events, there's
this
definitely
part- this
2 to
part does
3
hurt my-
I
other,
can't. Yeah, change it. I
two-
can't.
2 to
can't
3
watch
other
this part.
miners out there that
It's like PUBG
didn't even
making me
bother doing
motion
anything.
sickness.
They just put up a 15-minute countdown to
Yeah.
go. Now, people out there are being a bit extreme when they say, all these other tournaments are doing an hour-long break. No one out there's doing an hour-long
Nobody's
wait
doing
time
an hour-long
window.
break.
But there is a good share of like 15-minute, 20-minute windows that they just go to these cool-looking clock counting
Gotta run
down
ads,
screens,
dude.
And then it becomes like, do you do? Yeah, I mean, I understand you have to do like a 7-minute to 10-minute like
That's a requirement.
mandatory ad
Yeah.
block, but there are definitely breaks out there for some events that are longer than that. That it's clear that they could have injected some sort of extra media, but they didn't. Where you have events like this that is throwing out media. Now they're throwing too much media out there that some of it is obviously had to hit the cutting floor. I mean, we'll go to what I think was the Secret versus EG interview content that came out later than it should. And in my opinion, it was probably one of the bits they should have just cut, or its execution was just not the best, unfortunately.
what?
Let's see.
Is that Reginald's long-lost ancestor by any chance?
No, that's Paul.
Okay.
All right, gentlemen, what is this? It appears to be the post-game interview from, Secret versus EG. It takes a long time.
On this day, January 5th, 2018, my team and I fought a hard battle against one of the greatest foes we've ever faced, the evil other team.
Other team?
So you get the
I think you said you
Unfortunately,
put the
some
other
stuff
team.
didn't quite catch them.
I don't
up.
even
This might
understand
have
it.
actually been a production hiccup, so I'm not going to put this totally on them. This isn't from my clip. This
What is this?
is how it went out.
This is how it went out. What
yeah.
is happening?
What's up? What's going on?
Why is he just sitting there? Is there a desync or
Yeah, there
is
was
the audio supposed to be like that?
No, unfortunately not. But it happens. Sometimes stuff doesn't make it out. Maybe you didn't check it properly.
I don't know
For
what
the
this
desync, this is when you need the second one over. So
Yeah, it might have been a rendering error and nobody looked at it. We've we've definitely fucked up.
yeah, there's been fuck ups.
That's
no one's immune.
I
to
don't know
fuck
what that is.
That
though.
one's not going in the highlight reel.
How about
Is that Reginald?
let's check out their Smithsonian tour. I thought this was an intriguing piece in
DC.
itself.
Most people come here for the National Mall,
Buffalo
but
Sabres,
did
hell
you
yeah, Mott.
know that there are many exhibits to see, and all of them are completely free. In
that
fact,
Gimmer?
some of the museums are the most visited ones in the world. The Smithsonian behind us is the 4th most
Sunfan
visited
looks so happy to be
museum.
there.
And everything's free. They got hot dogs, they got food, they got bikes you can rent. To go see stuff, you can spend days here at DC learning about things. So they won't let us film inside the museum, but they did say that we could take long pictures. So we're gonna give you guys a sound tour of the Smithsonian. Isn't that exciting? I'm a Suns fan in Moss.
You wouldn't let him film?
Ooh.
Very nice. Oh no!
Oh my god.
It's not over.
Of course.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they actually cut this one.
That's fine. Yippee!
Hey.
Oh no! Hello, everybody.
All right. Okay.
Oh my
so
God.
that piece of content's like very. I imagine is very divisive. If you don't like slacks,
That is like
that is the worst thing you've ever seen.
Yeah.
And if you do like slacks, it's actually quite funny. Like I thought it was pretty funny.
That's like the line right there.
Yeah.
That is the line. That video, it's like you either are gonna love it or hate it.
Okay. So
Like,
let me
that's
let me put some positivity here. It's really easy to look at that video and be like, they put no effort in. This is awful. But I actually like that better than the nothing burger that was served at a lot of the other fucking tournaments.
True. It's true.
Would you rather have this or nothing burger? And I would rather have this easily.
I think
So-
they could do more with it. But
Yeah.
it's true. I would definitely
Like,
take that.
you
I would
can-
take a fucking
you can make this better.
over a boring nothing.
You can make it better, but
Who cares?
who cares, right? The part where they all decided that fox was purged, like I was actually laughing. Like that's funny.
Yeah, I mean,
They all just went into like this one's purge.
it reminds me of like old internet Mega 64 kind of like stupidest idea possible that's so dumb it makes you laugh because it's just dumb.
So we went to TI. We took a tour of the zoo. That was one of the things I had them do. It
Yeah.
was like him and Cheever. And we could not get away with this. Like this is too the
No.
Valve people would
Can
be
you
like, what
imagine
the
if this
fuck
came out
is
during
this?
TI?
Yeah. So I'm glad that they were willing to just put it out there. I thought it was pretty funny. I thought this was better than the ag stuff.
Yeah, way better. I'd rather see like 2 more of this where they go. I'd rather see a sequel to this where they go to statues and make the noises for statues than see the ags thing. You know.
That one's Purge. That's the Purge one.
Yeah.
He's like judging you.
Everybody's purge.
All right. What is our next clip up here? I actually don't have that document in front of me. I have my own personal notes instead.
How is Slack still alive?
I don't know, dude. You realize he on Sunday packed his bag right after the show and went to fucking Genting?
For Fallout or?
Is it Fallout? No,
Genting's in 2 weeks though.
he's already there.
Well,
He's dude. He must be filming a shit
at
ton of
what
content.
point do you think Slacks burns out?
What time is there a Slack's oversaturation?
I thought it was gonna happen already, but
No,
it hasn't.
I don't think
You
there
think
is.
it's gonna happen?
This is very different than the
I think
stuff that he does at
2018's a
Genting.
new year. Gotta
This
be
is
careful.
if you're a Slacks fan, you're super excited that you got to do different stuff in this. You know,
This is
and
this
just
is
the
different.
the live Q&A stuff, like the just theater performance Slacks was great to see.
Slack's gonna die at some point. I think.
Yeah, but like, yeah.
He's gonna
But
die.
is it?
Dude, I don't know how he does it.
He's not the healthiest guy. We need to.
He can't even try to be.
But is that good for the like? Take Slacks out of that event. What happens?
Well, that is, I think, a very interesting question because, like, hard carry Slacks, I don't know if this event is there without him. If any of
No,
the-
it's there. Well,
where it is now, though. I mean, like, it's still going to happen, but are they going to be so forgiving towards everything if Slacks isn't filling the gaps? Is it going to be as fun of an event? There's not going to be any content. Slacks flew out the day after Christmas, the 26th. He went to D.C. with the rest of the Moonduck team. Everybody did. But he started doing content right then. That's fucking crazy. That's like...
I do not envy that.
That's,
I would
dude,
not
by
be able to do
himself?
that.
Like,
And
I
right
don't
after
know,
Christmas,
strong.
I would die.
No. I
need a
barely
break,
want to
dude.
do anything right now, and it's been like a month.
Can we check out, Kevin, the how they decided the picks or whatever for the teams? I thought this was an amazing
gun
addition
thing.
to the event.
The
gun
rock
thing,
paper
yeah, the
scissors
duel.
gun thing, the duel thing.
But it also shows Slacks as the multi-man band too. Host to throw it to himself,
Look at
to
this, yeah.
star the bit, to throw back to himself.
You got this. You got this, buddy.
And everybody else is just sitting there. How do you like their Mango Trophy? The Mango Trophy announcement video was good.
Mango Trophy is amazing, by the way. Love the trophy.
Did you see that? Where they announced
I
the...
didn't see the announcement.
Oh, it was really good.
So apparently they didn't get the drum on time, which happens.
What is that?
It was
a
a
bucket
bucket
with
with tape.
I never noticed that there was not a real drum.
Making a fool out of himself.
I could just like see Slacks' image in his head for what he wanted this to be. And I just love it.
Oh, they got a scroll. I had this on my like third monitor, so I didn't pay attention to the actual bucket part until now.
And we can't hear much of it, but the audience is with him on this.
Oh, shit. It's beginning it soon. But first, duelists to the stage. Do it from secret first. Yes, mid one, wonderful. Come, duelist from Maneska. Literally any of you will do. Yeah.
Classic
Don't
Slacks.
do this to
Classic
me.
Whoa, hi.
Whoa, hello.
Just go. It's rock paper. Thank you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
hear myself.
The boogeyman himself. Duelist. Back to back.
They're like, oh,
3
God.
paces. 1, 2, 3. Fire! No, you stepped on the Declaration of Independence. I need to return that. Was that a paper? Well, I'm counting it as paper. You just ruined our national. Congratulations, you won. What do you choose? You're calling him great.
He's the captain.
What do you choose? Pick or side?
All right,
Face
so
the audience, please.
Slacks has a.
Side
God, I can't deal with this echo.
It's not.
Where are you going? I need to know
Slacks is
pick
what?
order. No,
Slacks
please don't
has
make
a,
me walk over there. It's very
You know
awkward.
his voice is
What?
a yelling voice, but not really yelling.
Yeah.
He's like always streaming.
It's like a falsetto-y
Yeah.
Mickey Mouse thing, yeah.
The two of you get. See,
Yeah, right
he's,
there,
he's
yeah.
like yelling, but he's not really
Yeah.
yelling. He's just always yelling.
I think Eric got him that shirt, by the way.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah. All right, yeah, all right. We don't.
all right.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, this
is crazy,
This is
dude.
taking
This is
something
fine.
that most events you don't even know the pick order. It just happens on the admin side, never gets seen at all. So they
Yeah.
take something that's never seen and make it into a spectacle and
Yeah.
make it into
Made it
something that
fun.
people want to have every time.
Yeah.
I applaud Moonduck for that. I applaud Slacks for that. And you could definitely see that this could have been taken to the next level. There could have been a whole show. There could be guns that pop out and have their actual choices or something. Like, you can go crazy with something like this. And this is just like the most paper mache put together version of it. But it's great. I think it's a unique spot to find some content and be able to fill. And one of my favorite parts of the tournament, actually.
It's just so silly to watch Slacks just be silly. I don't know. You know, he's just the guy.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen him enough. Do you? I mean, like it. Like I like Slacks as much as anyone does, and I've interacted with him quite a bit. It's just you gotta cut him off at some point. I think all
But
the
you
stage
can't
stuff
cut him
was
off
good.
at this.
I think they could have edited some of the interview stuff down.
Oh yeah, well sure.
That's the main thing. I think everything else was good.
Everything else can always be shorter, but any of the live element, I think, would have suffered significantly without Jake.
Well, I
involved.
think the part where he was improvising with the audience during the delay,
Which
was
we can
the
check
big
that
Q&A.
next, by the way. We'll do the Q&A actually right now. We'll get into some of their live content, I'll call it, not the pre
Oh God, the
recorded.
lighting.
So yeah, the things that are really bad about a lot of this stuff is. Do we want to listen to this or can I just talk over it?
You can just talk
Well,
over it.
I thought everything about the segment was amazing except for the technical execution of it.
Everything, and I
Because it obviously wasn't planned. Like, it was an idea from Jack. They're like, one non-Moonducker was just like, why don't we do a Q&A? And
yeah,
they're like,
that's
hey,
true.
wake Slacks up. Let's do this. And they did it. And it's like great that they did it.
They're
We
all
have
like
this big
insulting
memorable
him.
piece.
It's really funny.
But
Every
that-
single one of
it's-
them is trolling
it's
him.
risky, right? You're putting your faith in the audience to come forward with whatever the fuck it may be, and it's on you to be able to handle it. Which
So,
people can do it.
let me just put it-
Comedians will do their show based on the audience.
Let me put it out there that no other interviewer can get that reaction out of the audience. If you throw I don't want to just dump
Machine,
names.
I would say.
Machine could have done it, yeah, I think. But if you throw like, I don't know, like any of the standard kind of interviewer, if you throw Rachel or Zoe in there, they're not going to troll them. Essentially, it's not going to be super entertaining. In the same way that this is, people are fucking like saying he's fat. They're, you know what I mean? Like they're bantering with him. It's pretty hard to get that.
Because they feel like
dynamic.
Slacks is like their friend. You know.
I mean, they shit on each other all the time, so if you want to fit in,
That one
shit
guy,
on them.
that one guy was just like, all right, I have one question. Why is the delay so long? That was so good. He's like, all right, get out of here. You know, that's just funny.
Well, Slacks also rolls off that stuff really well. you know?
Yeah,
He
you know
knows,
he's not going to be like, you know, uncomfortable about it.
He knows how to make it funny and not be ever embarrassed or offended in a way that would be uncomfortable for the audience. He's like,
Have you ever tried to make Slacks too uncomfortable? Have you ever tried? Because it's really hard.
I was gonna say I've never seen
him.
this being possible.
Yeah.
I don't think
Oh,
it
it's
is
possible.
I mean, well, yeah.
We could make it possible, but you
All right.
know. we have to
Yeah,
go
this
to
is all
extreme.
good. Slack saves the day again.
There was one bit that they did live that didn't involve slacks, and I think they did a pretty decent job. Was when they started the What the Horse episode live. Again,
I didn't see
the
this.
execution could have been a lot better.
Oh, they actually did a What the
but
Horse live.
I'll cut to a clip when they started like kind of getting in the groove a bit. But I don't know if you're familiar with what the horse is.
I know
or
what the
how they
horse
do it.
is, but
Yeah.
I've never seen.
For people who don't know, though, they play a Dota clip, and then you have to guess what's going to happen, essentially.
Double damage gets hook shot by Clockwork. A very interesting pause here. Blake, we've tied it up. We're going to give the guest the benefit of the doubt here. Is it A, Slark gets hit by Cogs exactly 4 times and then dies? B, Clockwork dies immediately? Or C, neutral creeps own?
Oof.
Clockwork dies immediately. He's level 25.
No, it's neutral creeps.
I'm gonna go.
It's got to be
with
neutral creeps.
A, because I just want to see that.
All right.
C.
That is A. He gets hit
B.
exactly 4 times by Cogs, which does
It's B?
sound impressive,
I'm
I
guessing.
have to say.
No
I don't
way.
know how you don't learn your lesson after the second time, but... Cinderin.
What camps are in that neutral creep camp to the bottom right?
There's not much.
It's only golems. That might be something. That might be one of those prowler camps. I'm going to go with C. They're somehow going to get prowlered.
Okay. C,
Prowlered.
neutral keep
Prowlered.
creeps own. Let's take a gander. Hook shot.
Okay.
Oh, no.
And wait for it.
They're both gonna die. And
There,
get
the Cogs are
denied.
counting. 1, 2,
2,
Oh.
3,
3.
and in case you didn't know, 4. All right. So Blake, you are up 2-1 now.
He doesn't
in the
die.
Horsehead department.
I think I just believe in humanity too much when I watch these types of things.
Yep.
So I think this is great. The whole concept's good. I mean, you guys are trying to play the game from here.
It's great.
The audience
It's
is
fun.
getting involved. They're all curious. Execution again could have been better. You know, they put this overlay system together. The timer wasn't always working properly, and they didn't have enough time to properly fill out the answers, so some of them were kind of awkward. But the idea's there. It's entertaining. I also want to give a small shout out to, I think, Blake Martinez. I think was is it
Blake
Martinez?
Martinez
I thought he was great at the event.
Dude,
He's
he's
very
really good. I
So-
mean, that's. I don't know if anybody wants to say his name. Did you guys see that?
Pussyfucker.
Pussyfucker
69.
69.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
James
vulgar.
was fired for less.
Pussy fucker 69 at a
No,
Valve
James
minor.
dropped the C word.
Also, now did you see that Tortellini changed
like his-
all his
that's like a
guides to
hello to
pussy?
him.
They're now by Pussyfucker 69. So in every game of Dota, if you go to guides, the #1 guide is Pussyfucker 69. Okay.
Okay.
What was the name again?
Why would you do that?
I'm just saying. I don't know. Do you think Valve is looking at that at all? Do they care?
Let's just
Whatever.
Let's talk about something else.
Let's talk
All right.
about something else.
They're guides. Like
Well, not
great
just the
fill,
guys,
though.
not the guys. I mean, the idea that Pussyfucker 69 is now, and then there's like been a couple articles about it because obviously it's an NFL player.
Yeah.
And so a lot of the news coming out of the event is not about the
It's
event.
a funny anecdote, but you try and drag it beyond the 10 minutes in that story, and it is not. It's not that. It's like
Yeah.
it's a vulgar name, guys.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like
crude.
it was a really funny
Ugh.
story, but if you try and meme on top of that because you can't think of your own shit, please don't. Please don't copy it, guys. Let Blake have his moment.
Great
Do not
storyteller.
try and like you don't need to make it last longer than this
Yeah.
event.
Yeah.
Can we not?
Exactly.
Like, please.
He was
Okay.
great for the event. It was really great to see him.
Dude, that's
I'm
cool.
glad the Packers didn't make the playoffs. What are you
That's
laughing
true.
about?
Exactly.
It's true.
They shut down Aaron Rodgers, the right time.
So
a very low
most of
chance.
LiveCon was pretty good with that. They also had a show match
They just show match.
warm up the stream. They did a show match just among their own.
Dude,
They
talent.
did ability draft. Ability draft is
And
fun,
ability
by the way.
draft.
Have you guys ever played ability
I
draft?
did, but
It
dude,
is-
after
it
playing
is
so much
fun.
turbo, it feels so slow.
It
I'm
does
like-
feel slow.
I'm like,
Turbo is where it's
Turbo,
Oiled by turbo
well,
playing.
I mean, I play normal Dota and then Turbo.
at. Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, don't worry out
play
there.
as
I
much.
play normal Dota too, but Turbo's fucking fun, and I don't care what everyone thinks.
Turbo's
It
super
is fun. There are
Super
certain
fun.
heroes that are really broken in Turbo, but it's fine.
The show match was all Moonduckers, and the dude. Do you guys know Trace Tacos? Do you know that guy?
I know he
Who?
is with Moonduck.
He's
I've
with
seen
Moonduck?
him with him all the time, but I've never met
He's
him.
one of the nicest dudes.
Where's,
it was cool
uh,
to see him up there. He's a guy that he's built like a gorilla.
Who's their new what was their new caster name? The new guy?
Brett
Brandon
I didn't know there was a new caster.
There's a new
yet.
caster.
Bray-
He came from the Crucible.
Rakel
Okay, cool.
Brett.
All I'm saying
was he
is-
there though?
No, that's a good point.
I don't remember seeing him. Was he
figured
there?
Moonduck
Does
would bring him
chat
out.
know if he's there?
Was he there?
What was
I
his
have no-
name? Brett.
Bran
Branson?
Bren.
Bre-
One of the whatever.
Bren
I just want to
sounds
say
right. Is
uh,
it Bren? Bren?
I don't know. I'm
don't
not gonna
know.
be able
I
to
don't know who
remember.
you're talking
I've given
about
you
right
all
now.
I got. I have no
He's
idea.
a Dotacaster?
Bruce?
Shut the fuck up.
Hook.
Huh?
Brennan Hook.
Brennan, like the Justice, like Justice Brennan.
Look out
Okay.
for Brennan. He's coming at you.
Brennan, hot up.
Supreme
hot
Court
up.
Justice.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the casting. Well.
We rating this yet? How many
I
more
don't
we
know.
got?
Is there
We're
any
close,
notable
man.
pieces of content that I forgot about? I think we can
Trophy presentation, final.
Oh, the ending. Let's,
Oh, the
let's check out
ending,
final.
okay.
There's a trophy
I remember this
presentation,
part. This
and
part's
then their
this is actually
closing
funny,
of the
pretty
Yeah,
funny.
show.
This is
yeah.
actually
The
pretty
trophy
funny. This
and the
is good.
closing. Yeah, we gotta watch that.
Trophy first, please, when you're ready, Kevin. The
I'm
Lord.
almost certain this is gonna be better than Ti.
Hopefully we don't sneak out games and actually play better.
Well, he
in
seems
that
really
sense.
depressed
Yeah.
that they won.
Hopefully they play.
By the way,
better,
still
ladies and
terrible
gentlemen.
interviews by teams and players. You
I
guys did not dodge a bullet. All the interviews
Super
were
high
bad.
energy Slacks come contrasted with
He
like
has to.
he just
I
doesn't
wonder
care.
why Slacks chose Fata there. He knows that Fata
No, he went
hates
through all of them.
talking.
That was the
Oh,
end.
he did?
He went
Okay.
through all of them. I'll give him that.
Trent,
Dude, Trent made
This
it.
is the best part. This
And
is
it's a
this is
tiny
just
ass
great.
little mango.
dude, Trent. Nobody else could have done that as good as Trent there. That was good.
Better than the champagne, for sure.
This is honestly better than most tournaments ending ceremonies.
Yeah, except for that random Southeast Asian one that was sick. Remember that super
Now, if
tight
they
closing?
ended it there, then I would agree with you. But they didn't end it there. They needed to get everyone out of the arena and out of the stream, I guess. So they finished instead with a musical performance.
Oh yeah, the
which
gyrocopter
was-
thing.
Which was ear rapey in a way. I don't know. It was.
Dude,
This
he
is-
did this live too. This is
this
not
is when
pre-recorded.
you-
He just got on the mic because he's talking to people.
I think about 30 to 45 seconds into this, you're just like, okay, this is peak Slacks.
I saw the gyrocopter picture.
This
I knew. what
this
was
guy
coming.
reacts. He's just like, Jesus Christ. This guy in the secret jersey is really funny.
He's like, I'm only happy because Secret won, though.
I like how they just show these guys.
Look happy, otherwise you're gonna look miserable.
Crowd loves it. Captain's draft and Fiji went home.
Oh my god, dude.
Secret was no place to go.
He probably wrote this 20 seconds before he did it, and
He
he's
said he
just
didn't write anything. He didn't write
No,
anything.
he's improving it, I think.
I'm not aware of how much
that guy's into it.
pulling out of the Philippines.
He loves it.
They ripped this up, right? I remember that part. I remember one.
I really should have
I wonder if the dude who owns it ripped it though.
Wait, they rip it up. What do you mean?
Because they lost.
Like right now, he rips it
He
up.
shows it and he's like,
Yeah, they destroy it.
comes back. Oh yeah, here we go. You are the Captain Draft King.
Oh my god.
Only 20-something. Whoa.
Okay, all right, okay. Can we
Captain's
see-
draft. I mean, probably.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
You're like, it's like
It's too much.
something you're happy exists, but sometimes you just
Did
don't.
you watch the original whole video? The song with the gyrocopter? Did you watch the whole thing? It's like
Oh, the
4
one that
minutes.
he did for the short film contest where he's rolling around and shit?
Yeah.
The chandelier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I watched that.
That'd be funny to request on someone else's stream, I guess. But
I mean, if he had come out in the costume
was it better than Deadmau5?
and did a live show.
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, that was better than Deadmau5.
That's more accurate to what a fan
No
will
one cares
enjoy.
about, like, I actually think the cost of that was 0, and the cost of Deadmau 5 was probably quite large.
Enormous.
And I'm pretty sure people enjoyed that a little
Was
bit
it better
more.
than ROTK burning karaoke?
No.
No.
Okay.
No.
I just want to make sure we have a gauge.
Nothing's better than that.
Let's
It's better
be
than Katie
real.
Kate.
Oh, okay.
Katie
Very
Kate,
true.
opener.
All right, guys,
For
we
my
got to
man
grade this
Darude.
thing, and you know, there's a lot to factor into this. It's Moonduck, their first time doing a live
We
event.
should get separate artistic and technical scores.
Well,
But
they have to be combined. I'm going to describe both of them. You have to describe both of them.
Before I hear your letter grades, let me just get the preface out there. Kevin, can we put up the?
right.
Yeah. So this is the events that happened so far.
That's
Okay.
crazy.
Some are majors, some are minors.
Are we gonna say which one is this better than which one?
Yeah.
Let
Let me educate everyone out there right now as far as what the minors were, so we can compare. Okay. So
Yeah.
just give me a moment. Our first minor was Star Ladder. We
Okay.
did that on our first episode. It was a 3-day event. Player Dota hero charades, guess the song, player panel observation, but a terrible observer.
Okay.
That event got a C+.
C+.
Starlighter
okay.
got a C+.
All right.
PGL Open Bucharest. A+ talent lineup of Red Eye, Toby, Cat Blitz, and Fogged. Clean and professional, super HD. The cameras, the stellar sound, all that was good. No extra dank memes, no extra content really anywhere. Very baseline. We gave it, I don't think we actually graded that one, but maybe a B- or so.
B-. ESL.
Dota Pit.
No, ESL's next.
ESL.
No, ESL's a
What did we
major.
give ESL?
ESL's
Okay,
a
yeah,
major.
but I'm
ESL
curious.
was a major.
We gave it. Did I give it a B+?
I actually didn't put
the
it down 'cause it was a
Mercedes.
major.
No, we're doing it.
We
Just,
gave it like a A-, I think.
Oh, okay. All right. Next.
Dota Pit.
Dota Pit. This one we gave.
It had
like,
a scroll bar, but it was a meme scroll bar, like Captain's Draft.
I
basic.
assume we gave this a bad score.
We gave it like a C, like a true average.
Okay.
Perfect World China. Red carpet treatment, cosplay competition, musical performances with Burning and ROTK, an award show, and a new event announcement.
Okay.
oh my God.
I gave this a.
I think
probably
we gave
this
it like
a high.
B.
We gave it a B.
I think we gave it a B.
What?
This is what a B?
I must have given it like an A, B+ or A-. Come on.
A B+, baby.
This is why you
B+.
burn all rankings and never give rankings.
Really?
They're
We gave
always
that a
terrible.
B. Jesus
Mars
Christ.
TV happened. We didn't really cover it, but it had like.
All right,
the
I'm
neon
changing
lighting
my
themes.
Perfect World one to A-.
Mars TV was cool, by
Mars
the way.
TV is probably hard. Mars TV is the hardest one to judge of all these because there was no English coverage on site. The English coverage was actually here.
Yeah.
But they had a show. They had stuff, but
was
we didn't
cool.
really get to see it.
Okay.
So it's probably on the lower end.
It was a great
Summit 8,
branding too.
You know what Summit is?
What we get? What'd you guys give Summit 8?
We
think
didn't.
we gave it
we
like
didn't.
You guys didn't
We
grade it.
gave Summit 7 an A- for comparison.
Did you like Summit 8 more than Summit 7?
Oh wait, here we go. Shanghai Major we said was a D-, barely passed.
Uh-huh.
TI-7 we said was a B+.
Okay.
TI-6, the before that, we said was an A.
Yeah, correct.
For sure.
Summit 7 we said was an A-.
Okay.
I don't think we graded Summit 8.
Summit 8, I think,
Was slightly better than Summit 7.
A- still.
Yeah, I think
It's like
I think
getting
it-
to
yeah,
that
it's right
A
there.
base, I'd say.
Yeah. Midas mode, we gave an A.
Midas mode, no, it's not on the minor major spectrum, but we gave it an A because it was amazing. Now, Captain's Draft, guys, considering all of those things, considering what it is, put it now along all these kind of events, you at home as well, how are we letter grading Captain's Draft?
I would say it is on the same, slightly worse than Perfect World, even though the production value is obviously extremely worse. I think
Yeah, you're
for
talking-
the audience, it's one. I think it's one grade below. So I would give Perfect World's one an A, like an A-, B+, and I would give Captain's Draft a solid B, I guess. B if you really care about the like coldness and like the technical issues, maybe B-. But I think a solid like B.
I'm kind of close
Do
to
you guys
that.
think that's fair?
I'm
not looking at chat right now, so are they flaming me? Are they like, you Moonduck
This
hater?
is what I think. I think that this is the.
I gave Midas mode an A, guys.
This is like the Shadow World Bizarro version of PGL's event, right?
Yep.
PGL's event is like technically perfect and creatively has no soul. This was a like creative
this has great
genius
creative.
and
Terrible
absolutely
technical.
terrible
Terrible
technical.
technical.
I mean, like
technical.
camera shaking, out of focus, mismatched white balance, lighting awful.
Their YouTube is like late to load up. I had a hard
Everything-
time getting the clips because they're late.
the
to like,
audio
upload.
broken
There's no
in some of the
website
content.
interaction. It's like, ugh.
Technically bad, creatively amazing. So I put it on the exact same level as PGL Bucharest. But for me, it has to
No.
go one tick higher
It's higher
because
than Bucharest.
I value creativity more than technical
No,
execution.
because look, you can hire monkeys to correctly.
Well, then
balance
you
those.
should.
Well, no, they don't have the money for that. That's why they
Okay.
don't have the money for
Yeah,
a camera crew.
yeah.
It's not their fault that they don't have it's like I don't know, like
It is their
Mott's
fault.
brother
You can't say
running
that because then you need to find a sponsor and get the money. You can't judge somebody else because they do have the money or they found the money.
No, I
versus
judge
somebody that
PGL
didn't.
harder because PGL has the money and didn't hire a creative director than Moonduck not having the money and not hiring a camera guy. I'm not gonna blame them for not having money. I'm gonna blame the people that have money that don't hire a creative.
But would
They
rather
could have
get
easily
like
hired like someone to do that.
But Moonduck could have easily hired somebody to make sales and then get money to get those.
Like if it was so easy for them to get sales, they would. You know how hard it is.
I
to-
know how hard it is. I'm saying though, you can't just like say that because somebody has the money and they didn't use it the way you like that they don't get a pass, and somebody who didn't have the money and used it how you like
I
gets
feel
a
like
pass.
I think that if they had the ability to hire those people, they would.
Yes.
Whereas PGL and those guys made a choice not to hire those people.
Okay, that's a very fair argument.
So I think it should be higher than those.
I also consider.
I still also
why
said,
am I arguing? For
I also said, by the way,
give them an F.
I also said it was higher than PGL Bucharest. I just said it's the bizarro version of it.
It is. It really is.
It is definitely better than PGL Bucharest.
How much before this was Midas mode? That did they put so much into Midas mode and had only so much ready to go?
No, it was Slax's thing, and then this is a secondary Slax thing. He obviously didn't care about this as much as the other one.
It's almost like they hired Slacks. Yeah, no, and I don't even know who was in charge of the technical stuff. It's some other ghost company that we don't know.
I'm looking outside of Slacks. Like, you're talking about the people who need to do sales, who need to set up those hard drives better ahead of time, who need to look at the technicalities a bit more. Were they also too involved in Midas mode and not doing enough to get Captain's Draft going ahead of time?
It seems like Slacks did sales and everything for Midas mode, so
Slacks did everything.
It honestly, they could have had someone do all the other stuff.
We don't know. I mean, I don't know. We're not there.
In terms of ranking, if
we have no fucking clue, by the way.
If we were to take our event out of this, I don't really want to rank our event among everyone else, but I would put Perfect World first.
Come on, I want to say our event was decent,
are you guys trying to rank these right now? You're crazy.
Whoa, why?
I mean, you're crazy, man. I don't know. You're crazy.
I would put Perfect World first. I like that. I'm just talking about my own subjective experience from watching them, the experience I get from watching them.
Your experience.
Perfect World first. Then probably Moonduck's event.
The Captain's Draft?
Yeah, because I don't remember anything from the other events. And then I would guess it's either Mars or Starladder, and then PGL, and then Dota Pit. I think Dota Pit's the worst.
Again, he's not counting the Summit guys.
I don't have the Summit in there. Obviously, I think our event's better. It's like, okay, like, you got me.
Yeah.
I think ours is better. God,
but that's why we work here,
fine,
right?
Yeah,
now, one thing I think Moonduck needs to be careful about moving forward is, let's say it's, they feel it was a success, they go to the next one, they get ahead on the sales, they get the extra money, and they want to buff up their technicality performance a bit. Do they have to be careful that they don't push themselves into being a new dream league?
Let me put it this way.
You don't want to just be a dream league now.
I think it's impressive that they were able to do the crowd thing and have an event also, because it's not the easiest thing to deal with.
They did a LAN. That's a huge thing. We've never done a LAN. They did. That is a gigantic step. I messaged Zachary immediately after. Holy shit!
They should
you
be
did
proud.
a LAN.
They should be proud.
That's insane. Like,
yeah.
That's a whole nother set of variables to deal with. Not only you have to deal with, like, they're dealing with, it seems like, a crew that they don't know. Okay, so it's not just your team. You're dealing with variables of crowd. All these people come in. Weather. It's like there's so many things that can go wrong. It did go wrong, but they still filled the seats.
All things considered, they did a good job. But if their next one is also cold climate with a partner that doesn't heat the venue, then
no.
The first time it's not on them. The second time they're probably not going to pick. They're probably not going to pick Events DC again. Like, they're probably not going to pick the same.
I wonder if they will, because Events DC is throwing them a lot of money and giving them a venue. So what do you?
I mean, I'm sure they can. They can find another one. I'm sure.
Of course you
can. We don't know what they're walking away. If they're in the red, if they're in the positive.
I'm very interested in
We don't know
too,
that kind of thing. I imagine elimination mode is something that they have for themselves on the horizon. And again,
I like elimination mode's format better. I like that.
It leads to more crazy.
Yeah. The thing is, and I didn't get to talk about before, is what do you guys think? Because it's Moonduck, they do these crazy modes. Did they enhance them?
It's virtually the same as normal Dota, except it had the heroes
felt
in it.
That
it had
way.
Pango and whatever in it.
Yeah.
Should they have done more to kind of accentuate that this is Captain's Draft? This is a unique mode?
No, you can't have it too different because it's for points. I mean, like, people
I
care.
don't think the format actually mattered that much.
The format was the same.
It didn't feel like you know what? Like, I was really expecting crazy games or something like that. I'm like, no, that is elimination mode. That is not Captain's Draft. So
that's
like,
Midas mode. That's elimination mode. That's not really this.
The games weren't wildly different.
Yeah, it really didn't feel that way. And I was like looking at it like, is that a fault or is that good? That it just kind of works. Should they have said like, this is all the differences than your normal Dota?
If it was too crazy, people would be like, this is not fair. This is not competitive. Like, Secret's gonna qualify for TI off the back of this, pretty much.
Dude, Secret.
They pretty much can't not qualify for TI. If you look at the points and like how many are remaining, unless they disband entirely and like all spread out, they basically
players will have to leave the team.
Yeah, they're basically qualified for TI. And it's if the mode was completely crazy and like Techies was picked every game or something, then people are going to be like, I can't believe they qualified for TI.
Was there even a Techies game? There was a Meepo game.
No.
Like game 4. By the way, the finals game. best of 5 finals that was hype.
I mean, like how?
Oh my God!
Perfect
Yeah,
as
the crazy
well.
comeback,
They got
yeah.
the Game 5 comeback.
Jealous.
Would have been better if it was EG though.
Of course.
Got an NA team in the final. That would have been
I
great.
think the dream would have been like a EG
I'm
plus.
always a fan of the
Secret.
classic East versus West, though. I think they give you better matches. It's just not as hype.
Mid one's East.
Well, I said East versus West. It was VG versus.
Don't at me.
It was nice to see VG step up as well too, because that was a team I was probably a lot of people were like, I don't know how they're gonna do, except for Jack.
No,
Jack
yeah,
was all
EG did-
about him, but
Yeah, they did good.
yeah, good shit. All right,
Okay.
well, that's Mooned
That was
Up,
fun.
and that's
That was
Captain's
Captain's
Draft.
Draft.
Are we gonna get flamed for criticizing the?
Probably.
Dude, that was so
But no one
fair.
else is talking about these events and the shows and what matter. Now remember, guys, we're not considering the games and how good the games were. It was cool and
We
stuff
get,
like
we
that.
get flamed,
We talk about everything.
we get flamed
in
for judging
between.
people.
Yeah,
People
but we
flaming
also
us.
do our own, so and
But
we
people
judge
also flame when
ourselves.
there's no content. So
We talk shit when we fuck up too. You
All
know.
right.
That's
that
cool.
concludes
Let's
our
wrap.
HotCox for today. If you guys want to continue to support us, please hit up our Design by Humans shop at designbyhumans.com/beyondthesummit to get your own HotCox shirt. I'm wearing it
Oh,
today.
nice.
Oh, you're wearing
Oh.
it.
Do I have a? No, I don't.
You have a Smash Summit shirt on.
Oh, shit,
I don't
yeah.
have anything on.
Get some cool shit over
Smash
there.
These are limited edition. You can't get these.
Yeah, you can't
anymore.
get
We
anymore.
will be back, I think, later this week, if not Monday for sure. I believe with possibly a movie buff. We're gonna do a
Yeah.
Wait,
throwback
are
episode.
still some teams going to Fallout?
I think
Most
like
teams have
5 or 6
dropped
have pulled
off.
out for sure. but
You guys want to put together a team and go?
You
they know
gotta get drug
I
tested.
will
dude.
not be allowed in that country.
Yeah,
You got drug tested?
you gotta get drug tested for weed.
Huh? Well, do they test for opium?
No, they test for 2 things. It's weed and what else?
I don't know.
Do you remember? Huh?
Shabu.
Meth.
Weed and
yeah,
meth.
amphetamines, meth.
Yeah, both
It's-
will definitely get your Dota
Yeah.
game
So
on the next
Adderall
level.
and weed. Who? Like that's literally gamer
So if-
cocktail.
yeah, if kids come in and they legitimately have like ADD and are prescribed that shit, they're sorry.
They also kill people who do drugs there.
Yeah, it's kind of a scary place too. So I don't know if teams are feeling very safe about it. They're like, oh, you mean I'm going to go there and possibly test positive and
Well,
they kill people? What?
The last couple events were sketch on people going. People were like 50-50. Now it's like I don't think anybody's gonna go there until the regime has changed.
I hope it's fixed because the Philippines audience is probably notoriously the best audience you can ask for in esports.
Best in the world.
I have yet to even be there.
Can we
for
just
it.
do?
God.
Can we just
Love
do
to
it
go
on like
there
an
for the-
oil platform off the coast of the Philippines?
That's not a bad idea.
The
There's
Bermuda
lots.
Triangle.
Yeah, just do it on an oil platform. Fly everyone, like helicopter everyone into the event.
One long landline will just whip
in
it out
between,
there.
Yeah, Borneo and
Yeah.
and Manila.
Do it.
There's plenty, dude.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry. Just do your outro.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to HotCox. We'll see you next time with more BTS podcast
Bye.
action.
Thank
Follow
you.
BTS Pods. Take care. Bye.